Once upon a time, a person served as the king's advisor in a great kingdom. On a day when this advisor was on his way to the palace, something unusual caught his eye. A lifeless mouse lay by the side of the road. Turning to his servants, he said, "Even from the humblest of beginnings like this dead mouse, a committed young individual could create a prosperous future. With hard work and cleverness, one could establish a business, provide for a family, and prosper." A passerby heard these words. Inspired, he picked up the mouse by its tail and carried it away. Luck favored him, for not long after, a shopkeeper stopped him and offered, "My cat has been bothering me all morning. I'll give you 2 coins for that mouse." The exchange was completed. With those 2 coins, the man bought sweet cakes and water. Then he stayed beside the road. As he expected, workers returned from the king's garden, hungry and thirsty. They were excited to exchange a bouquet of flowers for a serving of cakes and water. In the evening, he went to the city to sell his flowers. He reinvested some of his earnings in more cakes and returned the following day to serve to the flower pickers again. This routine continued until an unexpected storm, carried by heavy rain and strong winds, occurred. While passing the king's pleasure garden, the man observed numerous tree branches scattered about due to the storm. He offered the king's gardener a deal. He would clear the garden in exchange for keeping the branches. The lazy gardener quickly agreed. Spotting some children playing in a nearby park, the man struck another deal. The children eagerly collected all the branches and piled them at the entrance in exchange for just 1 cake each. Soon, the king's baker, always in need of firewood for his oven, noticed the wood the children had collected. He paid the man a handsome sum for it. Using his profits from selling flowers and firewood, the man opened a shop. One day, a group of local farmers stopped at his shop. He generously treated them with cakes and beverages. Puzzled by his kindness, they asked, "How can we repay your kindness?" The man replied, there was nothing for them to do now, but he would call upon them when the time came. A week later, he heard a horse trader was in the city with 500 horses. He contacted the farmers, instructing each to set aside a bundle of grass. He advised them not to sell grass to the horse trader until he sold his stock. This strategy allowed him to secure a favorable price. Time passed, and one day, customers in his refreshment shop informed him that a new foreign ship had just anchored in the port. Recognizing an opportunity, he created a clever business plan. First, he went to a jeweler friend and bought a valuable gold ring with a stunning red ruby for a fair price. He offered the beautiful ring to the ship's captain as a down payment on his commission. The captain agreed to refer all passengers to him as a broker, guiding them to the finest shops in the city. In return, city merchants paid him a commission for directing customers their way. As an intermediary in this manner, after multiple ships arrived at the port, the man gathered considerable wealth. Pleased with his success, he remembered that it all began with the wisdom of the king's advisor. In gratitude, he presented the advisor with a gift of 100,000 gold coins, half of his entire fortune. The king's advisor was surprised and asked, "How did you gather such wealth to afford such a generous gift?" The man told how it all began with the advisor's words not long ago. After hearing the story, the royal advisor thought it would be unwise to let such a good man's talents go to waste. The advisor had considerable wealth and a beloved unmarried daughter. As the man was single and had proven himself worthy, the advisor decided to arrange their marriage. This came to pass, and after the wise advisor's passing, the man who had followed his counsel became the wealthiest individual in the city. He was appointed to the advisor's respected position by the king. Throughout his life, He used his wealth generously to promote the happiness and welfare of many in the kingdom. This story teaches us hard work and cleverness can lead to success, no matter how small your start.